It's about physics going here early with that triple.
On the opposite side, Fred VanVleet was almost perfect. 8 of 10 from beyond the arc, a career best in the first one in a playoff game. That's Kyle Lowry. Matches it.
Yeah.
So triples.
Different start for those two. Let's see if the outcome is any different.
Great pass. Drive and kick coming off 15 assists. Karis LeVert finding Jared Allen.
I tell you, you think big picture with this Nets team. Obviously, Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant next year. And, you know, the common thought is you need to have 3 stars potentially to win it all. I tell you what. Nets.
And he's only 25 years old, by the way. So he's going to find a role, whether it's with Brooklyn or another team. But he's displaying the versatility, and then he's a big guard to go over the
to play 5-on-5 as much as possible, not allowing them to get into that open floor where they can find some confidence.
Good take. No finish, though, for Fred VanVleet. And on the dive, Anunoby met up there by Jared Allen. That's defending the rim.
Yeah, and that's what Jared Allen does. He is a terrific rim protector, but he's also got the versatility.
He said that Coach Jacques Vaughn challenged him to be more of a facilitator.
And he's showing this versatility, that he can score, but he can also, it's inside out. Lawawu Kakam hasn't had a touch yet.
Yeah, and you got to get him arguably your best player to get him involved. But that last possession really touches upon what Stephanie talked about with LeVert. To get to that ceiling or exceed it in some cases, which was the case with Siakam. And he's turned out to be a terrific player.
And good pass. Jared Allen.
Right, the intensity defensively and the physicality wasn't quite there. And you allowed maybe a team not as talented to get some confidence. And that's what's happening right now, I think, for this Nets team.
Kyle Lowry game 1, so this is really encouraging. As Jared Allen on the finger roll, slip through the screen.
Yeah, they're going to have to make the adjustment right.
Karis LeVert and a big guard at that. On the Euro and going to the line looking for the 3-point.
Well, the key to really most successful offenses is the ability to
ever been around a player as competitive as Kyle Lowry. The battle on the 15-50 after the miss by Lowry. And Joe Harris batted it away. The guy who's accepted more shots. Surprising Nets up by a dozen as they are 8 of 11 from the field, 4 of 5 from beyond the arc overall. The lob, Jared Allen on the hammer.
Before you overcommit and create angles for those drop-offs to Jared Allen where he is lethal at the rim.
They got the switch. LeVert will take the shot instead of going inside. Where Allen had Anunoby on his back. So that breaks a string of 3 straight turnovers. At least they got a shot up that time. And now Serge Ibaka into the game. Career year for him offensively. The 6-foot guards any longer. VanVleet gets a break, but Kyle Lowry's still out there. And it's going to be the 3-point attempt for Karis LeVert out of the break.
And you can see already a change in strategy, right? They're switching that pick and roll now because they've got a much more mobile lineup due the Raptors defense in terms of defensive efficiency in the league. They create a lot of problems for you and they can force you to play in the half court.
Tyler Johnson tried to stay in front of Kyle Lowry. Norman Pollock spends his turnover in a 4-point game that was just 12. And the run continues.
And almost an arrogance of belief in how they play the game. You got to credit this group. They are the defending champs.
LeVert trying to lose a really good defender in Siakam. Corner 3. They needed it. Garrett Temple
helped and created that angle there for Temple.
Ibaka 2 of 4 in his triples in the opener of the series. Coming up well short there. LeVert on the run before they can set defensively. Got what he wanted.
Yeah, switch those pick and rolls. And they've got the size and the athleticism to be able to.
Good hands. Good athlete. It'll be the mid-range game of LeVert staying out for Ibaka's board. 6-point lead for Brooklyn. But 5 seconds. Separation, shot clock, and game clock. Brooklyn out shooting at 50% to 42%. What about
quickness and length? He was able to then switch those pick and rolls, and they're going to get a.
So Chiosa in there, along with Kurucs. Jared Allen's been out there for most of the game. Good drive and kick. Tyler Johnson. He got that triple.
Yeah, good job.
Finally got to Brooklyn, didn't he?
Yeah.
After the offer sheet that was matched by Miami. And then he was waived by Phoenix. picked up, as you said, they needed a warm body. It's Tyler Johnson on the run. And the former Fresno State Bulldog. It'll be Kyle Lowry protecting it, using his body. Look at Van Fleet, played 39 minutes, only 1 turnover. Lowry 34 minutes, no turnovers in the opening game as it's taken away. Norman Powell on the run and with the left hand.
Hit that finish with the left hand.
He's a different player the last couple of years as opposed to his first 2 years. Mid-range.
That basket there.
So Chris Chiozza out of Florida, where he played 4 years of college ball. Now the mismatch. It'll be Powell again, all the way to the cup.
And we talked about it. It really does set up your offense. When that ball touches the paint, it forces 5 defenders typically to sink and fill, and then it creates those driving angles or 3-point opportunities on the kickout.
Norman Powell now 11 points off the bench. Great entry. Gurus
get credited with the turnover. It really was not his fault. It was just a breakdown on the offensive execution.
That's out of a timeout. Jared Allen, perfect entry.
With LeVert on the floor because he's expecting to get that pass, and that's just an ability that LeVert has that really nobody else on this current roster possesses. I feel pretty good about where you are. You've done a much better job defensively than you did in game 1, and offensively you put yourself in a much better situation in terms of having a chance to.
3 makes yesterday, moving the ball that quickly.
You know, some teams have great players that can create offense. Others really got to rely on their system to create offense, and that's what
their first lead of the game with 3+ to play. Almost taken away by Garrett Temple. So Siakam, plenty of time. Man, it's going to be a defensive 3.
The benefit for the Nets is they find themselves right here in the game here late in the second quarter.
They wanted to walk, and they'll get it now.
Yeah.
Mark, 2:20 to play in the opening half. Got Jared Allen out of position and couldn't convert as Joe Harris helped out. Nobody stopped the basketball. LeVert is going to the free throw. They're shooting 40%, and they're only down 2. Been kind of choppy. Now Siakam almost gave it away. And on the shot clock. Siakam denied. It's off Jared Allen, but it is over the last 90+ seconds for Brooklyn because they played well in the first half. They're hanging in there. It'll be Karis LeVert, just too strong. Quiet offensively for Toronto, coming off a career game. 134, the most they've ever had in franchise history in the postseason. In the NBA.
And that's the thing about the postseason, right? You know, it's a new story every night, a new chapter, you know.
Red though. He's now 2 for 8, 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Kyle Lowry just 3 for 9, and he was super efficient in game 1. He's out of 10 on the shot clock. The step back. Jared Allen's there, and back at it. Blew the opportunity. They said it grazed the rim for a reset. It's Allen and Ibaka back to his OKC days. Joe Harris can't finish.
Wow. Boy, the workman's bad. You got to feel for the Nets to work that hard and get that many out. Only 3 of 13 in this game thus far, even though he's done a good job with his facility.
Cabarrot, perfect dart from LeVert at the buzzer. And that's what
traded for your brother. But he ends up making, you know, Memphis is his home.
Right.
His kids there, the whole 9.
Kyle Lowry. It's my vertical.
And the percentages are down, but again, I go back. Are you getting the shots you want? Example, I mean, you're just not going to get a better look than Toronto's offense created on that possession.
Can Joe Harris get inbounds? Had a great look in the corner. I think they caught the Raptors by surprise. Now Karis LeVert. Another wide open 3. Garrett Temple So can they stay in the neighborhood? Into the fourth quarter is going to be the key. And the confidence will grow. Tough shot. Up on a 10-3 run. They had a 14-point lead in the first half. They tried to front Gasol. Tough entry. So now deep into the clock. Van Vliet. And they're going to call the block. So the initial
dribbler is being contained. No reason for you to come over.
10 points now on 10 shots. So not quite what we saw in the first game. On the take. Karis LeVert.
Great recognition by the Nets to still run their offense.
They walked away, and he burns them. It's in double figures, and surprisingly, the only guy who isn't is Joe Harris, but he hasn't had many, as you say. And a breakdown defensively, and no wide career best 15 in the last game, and the game before that, he had 13 in the seeding games. Van Fleet again gets to the cup. It's a turnover now. On the trail, the hot hand, Van Fleet. Anunoby, good position inside. And back at it, blocked away. And it's slowed down like playoff basketball, hasn't it?
Yeah, intensity and physicality picking up.
Van Fleet. You know, their program got really good once Raymond left. It'll be wide open on the wing. Garrett Temple can't convert, and Kyle Lowry. You know what I love about the activity? You look at Lowry.
Both play a lot bigger than their size, and then they can also do it all in terms of playmaking. It's funny, you know, you get the sense that the Raptors are starting to take over, and you look up and they're still down. I mean, the Nets are doing everything they need to withstand whatever push this Raptor team presents.
Siakam adds the Raptors just 8 of 13 at the line. Jared Allen on the spin, and he's going to the line on the reach.
Up his second, right? He's has another one here tonight.
11 and 10 so far with a lot of time left. Leaves his feet. Lowry got the best of him. Doesn't finish. And on the back tap, Sink as a group.
And sometimes, you know, you'll think you're there. Like, I'm sure the Raptors felt great after game, 50% from three. But they just have not been able to get into that same kind of rhythm. Great effort there by Allen to get the offensive board.
Walk away from the shooter. Allen stays with the play. Man,
convert.
Garrett Temple will save it on the inbounds towards the rim. Always interesting. They don't bracket the rim. Cabarro sets it up for Garrett Temple. Hot hand. And a missed on jump, but the 22-year-old out of the Longhorns program. He's doubled up at 12 points, 12 boards. On the run out. Van Fleet. Euros. Good save by Siakam. He was coming down out of bounds. Norman Powell just checked into the
Raptors. You'd like to have seen Powell drive that one. It was 5 on the shot clock, so plenty of time to make another play.
Extra passes. Ibaka tried to stay in front. Did a good job on Cabarro. 8 on the shot clock. In the half-court set. Allen may have gotten away with the walk. It turns it over anyway, and that's a good foul by.
Early on in his career, it's a testament to his tenacity as an individual.
Norman Powell up to 12 points. Fall away. A little bit strong by Karis LeVert, but still, he got what he wanted. Good look. Now Lowry trying to get past Joe Harris, and he will. And man, does he have a big one. Let's head downstairs. Stephanie Redding.
Guys, talking about Kyle Lowry, I asked him specifically what makes them.
In terms of his ability to impact the game, is he understands what it takes to win. You know, he's not about just trying to get numbers. It's not just the charges, the deflections, the communication. There's ever been around.
Garrett.
But they're just timely in what they're able to do here to maintain this lead.
Siakam. Jared Allen changed that shot. So now 18 for Garrett Temple, 12 here in the fourth. Inside out, hot hand, Garrett Temple, then continue.
Line went basically corner opposite, got it to Temple in stride, and he's able to knock that triple down.
Lowry throws it away, trying to get it. Now, space in the middle. Tyler Johnson on the run. You know what Garrett Temple's thinking. I think I'm Vinnie Johnson. I'm the microwave. And I don't blame him. Good setup. Temple was out front, and he had a hand.
Recognize who the hot hand is. He should have made that extra pass to get it to Temple.
What a take, Van Fleet.
No lack of intensity or physicality out on the floor.
Karis LeVert denied. 8 on the shot clock for Cabarro. Norman Powell trying to stay in front. And it's an offensive foul. They off arm. Matt Thomas on Iowa State on the floor for the first time, coming off a pick.
Matt Thomas can shoot the basketball. I think that's something that Nick Nurse has and better spacing with him out there.
On the high screen and roll, Tyler Johnson spaces. Now Siakam. Thomas first look works. Chiozza on the probe. They share the basketball. Tyler Johnson's tearjerker. They play so hard for Jacques Vaughn. They have responded, as it'll be picked up by Garrett Temple pretty well in game number 1 to bounce back like this and to go to the 4th with a lead. Chiozza all the way to the rack, and he's going to the